it's Marie and welcome to another episode of Friday Sews. It is August, my goodness, it is August, back to school, winding up some of the summer vacay plans, and wow, just busyness everywhere. I've been busy in the sewing and crafting room. I've got a lot to talk about and share. I'm going to try to go quick today. I have some embellished pincushions behind me that I made in the craft/sewing room. I have one finish, a couple of dresses woven, three actually, one woven top, two woven dresses, and I also have a knit pattern dress that I want to share that kind of mimics what I'm wearing. This is an old ready-to-wear kind of tunic-y top, but I have a cute knit dress that you might be interested in that has a couple of different options and looks. Oh, and last but not least, I have two pattern giveaways. So I hope you stick around. See ya coming up in the sewing room. So let's talk patterns first. We'll talk knit before woven. This is a Butterick 6621. I'll insert a closer picture, probably a side by side. This is classified as an easy, and it is for moderate jersey, cotton knits, and rayon knits. So with moderate stretch, I think it's a 35% stretch across the cross grains. And there are sleeve variations. So you have a short sleeve, a long sleeve, and the twist front that's kind of like mine, only it is more in the center, not necessarily right at the breastbone or it's a little bit lower, but the same kind of effect. And then there is a kind of a wrap at the waist that has a long sash, which is pretty. And then I like that mock kind of skirt look. So that's interesting. So I picked that up. Depending on the size, this is a size range of 6 to 22. And the least amount of fabric that you would need at 60 inches wide is 1 5/8 inch yard. And the most you would need is 2 1/4 yards. So not bad, not bad. So that is the Butterick 6621. So I have a couple of knits in my stash that have been waiting to be sewn or used. And one of them is this Riley Blake. It can be horizontal or vertical print. It is navy and turquoise, which is really pretty and a little different. You don't see the turquoise stripe too often. So this, again, it's Riley Blake. It's got enough give, and this could definitely be a good option. I can't for the life of me remember which fabric store I purchased it from, but I will try to find it and link it in the description box below. I'm gonna try to sew it probably horizontally, which tends to be more figure flattering, I guess you could say, but we'll see. The next one that I have, and this actually doesn't feel that soft. I'm definitely gonna pre-wash it. This one definitely feels soft and luxurious. Definitely more slinky. It's got lyocell. There's definitely more stretch. And this one, I don't know, I might want to save it for a dress that has a little more swing. So maybe this one might work better with that pattern. But then again, if I choose that twist front, this one would probably be a better option. I think this would work well. It's kind of, like I said, a kind of a brightish carnation pink, which, you know, I kind of go hot and cold with pink as far as wearing it. So I don't know, what do you think? Should I do pink? We'll see. Maybe I'll sew both. So the pink, I think, is a good segue into the next topic, which is talking about some fun crafty makes. And this is not a plate of cupcakes, rather it is a plate of pink and purple pincushions. And I decided to embellish them just to make them pretty and a little fancier than just the plain simple tomato pincushion. So I just took some ribbon roses, some doilies that I cut up. Let's see, there's some old lace from my wedding dress that, yeah, I sewed my own wedding dress, and one of these days I will share that. I'm not ready to go there yet and unbox that. Although that would be quite interesting. I think I might still be able to fit into it, but you never know. So it's in like a pale pink. I used like a fun fringy flower that was already pre-made, and then I layered it with additional flowers, and I tied some old lace on that as well. So it personalizes your sewing room a little bit with just some embellishments and things that you have that could be sentimental or maybe not. But it just kind of, it's a fun little touch. I use a little vintage dish for this, and then I put this in a tiered stand with other sewing notions. So maybe one day I'll give you a tour of my sewing room. So there was some crafty goodness in pink. Alright, so finally let's talk about the Lisette Butterick pattern 6567. So this particular pattern has a front pleat. It's got some side panels. It has a front yoke. It also has a back yoke. The back is actually, there's a center seam, so it's in two pieces. If you decided to sew it on the fold, then you would have to account for seam allowances, but you certainly could do that. It has a sloping shoulder, so the sleeve joins right about at this point. I modified the sleeve by slicing it to add some of the decorative cording that you see that I found in the home dec department. I did lots of top stitching, which you can always opt to do on this. I added the floral applique, had a little bit of problems. It adhered initially with no problem, and then as I was sewing this together and constructing it, it started to pop off. So I had to go back and sew down some of the pieces on the machine, and then I added buttons to further keep it adhered to the bodice front. So that was a little tricky. Also, another modification that I made is I added this little inset at the neckline. This piece I added because this was pretty low. It went really close to the breastbone, and I knew that I could layer, I could put like a camisole underneath it or something else, but I just felt like, you know, I don't necessarily want to layer. This is a heavier linen, and I might not want to put something underneath it, and I just didn't want to deal with the super low neckline at this point. So I added it. It was a little tricky because there is an inner facing. There's like a facing inside this, and I did some French seam construction to finish this on the inside. It took a long time because I kept on having to modify it and take it in. So I would definitely look at the ease versus your regular body measurements, compare that on the pattern. I would say I had to go down probably 2.5 sizes from what I cut. So it was a labor of love getting this finally to the point where I felt really good about the finish. I did have to add side pleats to get it to actually, I just couldn't take it in the side anymore. I knew that that would impact the sleeves, and I knew that the problem I was having was there was just too much fabric in this side panel. I will probably do a lookbook when I finish the dresses that are behind. I have a detailed video that I'm in the process of producing and editing that will kind of go by the step-by-step construction of this, and it'll show up close more of what I did, like how to make a French seam finish on the inside, etc. But really quickly, let me just show you the other ones that are in progress. And I stopped because I knew I'm going to have to make some modifications or alterations on these. They already look big, just hanging on the hanger for me. I don't want a moo-moo style dress. It's described as fitted, but I would say this is more of a semi-fitted. It's not really fitted. There are no darts. There is the vertical, kind of the princess seam, while it's basically where the side seam attaches to the bodice and the lower front. But in order for it to have more of a fit, I definitely needed to put in those vertical pleats. The pockets, there they are, the front pleat, but I've already taken it in a little bit in this area, but I have French seams in this, and so that makes alterations trickier. So I would suggest sewing up a mock version of this if you are planning on doing any French seam finishes, because they're a bear to take out. Believe me, I had to do it on this. I want to give away 2 brand new uncut patterns. Well, they're the same pattern, but they're a different size range. So let me chat a little bit about the details on that. I'll be right back in the sewing room. Okay, so for the giveaway, I have 2 brand new uncut patterns, different size ranges, same pattern. It's a B6567. It's that Lisette dress, but as you can see, you can also modify it to make a tunic style top. So there are 2 size ranges. The first one ranges from 6 to size 14, and the second one is sizes 14 through 22. The smallest size bust, waist, hip measurement starts at a 6, which is 30.5, 23, 32.5, up to size 14, which is a 36 bust, a 28 waist, and a 38 hip. If you're interested in that size, use the word applique in the comment section of this video. Have you sewn with appliques? Have you had good luck with appliques? Tell us a little bit about your experience using appliques. The second size range is 14, which again, that's a bust of 36, waist 28, hip 38, up to a size 22, which is bust 44, waist 37, hip 46. If you're interested in this pattern, use the word Butterick. The pattern company is Butterick. Tell us what your favorite Butterick pattern is that you've sewn before with great success. We'd love to hear it. I would really like to hear it. And rules with giveaways: not use the word freebie or giveaway in the comment section, please, so we can authenticate and make sure that the people that are interested in this will receive the sewing pattern. You need to be 18 years old or older so that I can acquire your mailing address to get this in the mail for you. It would be very much appreciated if you would like, comment, and well, you've got to comment, right? On the video, like, and definitely subscribe. Please help me build my channel. And yeah, so I think that covers everything. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great month sewing, crafting, enjoying the rest of this summer, and good luck for students and back to school. I know it's going to be challenging with the continued pandemic crisis, but you can rise above and know that your educators are definitely looking out for you, as are your family members. And I hope to see you next time in the sewing room. Bye. Hey, welcome to another episode. It's August. It's definitely more slinky. Whoops. So slinky that it's slipping out of my hands here.